initially a little skeptical when we bought the vehicle and we're going over the paperwork, and I see there's a charge for a GPS unit. We had no intentions of letting any of our kids drive the vehicle, so I was like, I don't think this is something that we need. Who steals vehicles, you know, in this day and age with the electronics and the technology that they have? So anyhow, after fighting back and forth with the salesman, we decided to go ahead and keep the DFence GPS on there. Thank goodness, because when we came out to go to work one morning, my wife turns back and says, "My truck's not out front." I remembered after the police came to take the report of the stolen vehicle about the DFence GPS. I had never used it, had never logged on. I called the guys over at Santan Ford, and they went above and beyond to contact Audrey, at DFence GPS, and 15 minutes later she calls and says, "Hey, I found your truck." She gave me an address and gave me a login so that I could track it myself as well. So I had my wife call the police while I logged in. I got back on the phone with Audrey and refreshed the app, and we saw that it was moving. At that point, it was about 5-10 miles away from where we were, and still moving. The cop that had met me there got on his radio to some other units, and from Audrey to me to him, we were relaying, you know, updates on the location of the vehicle. And they kept telling us, you know, it's heading west on Southern at such and such street, so the cops were moving that way. They had units moving that way. Finally, about 10-15 minutes after that, the vehicle stopped. It was in the same place for about 10 minutes. So the cops had called some more units, some unmarked units, and they blocked off all exits to that community, and had moved in and told me that, you know, we were parked behind your vehicle, so it's not going anywhere. The guys scattered, you know, they had took off running. About 20 minutes later, I was pulling up to a scene of a bunch of cop cars, my vehicle sitting there, luckily still intact, no major dents, scratches, anything broken. Because they recovered it so quickly, I believe is what saved us from having to deal with the nightmare of going through our insurance, claiming it's stolen, and everything that comes with that. It's one of those things where you don't think you need it until you do. You know, when my wife came in and told me that the vehicle was gone, the things that start running through your mind, the emotions you start feeling are, we know we have insurance, we know it's covered, but you start thinking about things like, how much do I owe on it versus how much are they going to give me for it, all the stuff that I've put on it, you know, after we bought it, and you start doing the math in your head, you know, the down payment that we had put on it, how are we going to, our premium definitely going up, how are we going to be able to afford to replace it? And the answer in my head was, we're not going to be able to. You realize there's nothing special about you. There's no reason why your vehicle isn't going to get stolen, because it happens all day, every day.